few modifications to it. The actual use of the table is to serve as a music table, like just a place where you can get to play your keyboard or piano, record your music, play, um, you know, just for rehearsals, so to say. But I've named it music table, just so that implies what the table does. Uh, One problem that I had with the table is that the space underneath it was not containing the piano. Obviously, I had the bigger piano. Let me show you that. Yeah, look at my piano. A WK 1300 Casio piano. It's for myself and my children. So the problem was that the piano was too big to fit underneath the table. So I decided to modify the table just a little bit to create space underneath it for this piano. So I have done a little bit of this project or this modification behind the camera. The stand of this table, this particular frame, was in this position. So I have just moved it a bit backwards on both sides. So I've moved it from this position back to that position, and the same on the other side. So the next thing I'll be doing is to adjust the top to fit the new, to match the new space that I've created on the feet. But before I do that, I will return the top to the position where it used to be, and then I'll put that piano so we can reason together, just to see what's just to see how we can do the setup. So let's get to work. Yeah, this is the top, and I'll be placing it right back where it used to be, so we can make our new calculations and see how best this can work. And to do this, I'll be using this bolts. So I just secure the top with this. What's happening here? That's that on that side, and on the other side as well. Okay, now I'm actually using the top of this. Okay, I'll show you what I mean now. Oh, someone is asking if this is a reading table. Yes, actually, it is a reading table, but I'm going to be modifying it to match my use. I mean, I'll be using it as what's it called? A music table. So I'll be making a lot of modifications. So even if I am not going to finish it today, I will still make another live video to show the completion and how the progress is going. Thank you for that question. To help us understand what I'm trying to do here, I'll bring this back to where it used to be so we can all understand why I'm doing this. So, this piano used to shoot out like this. I mean, if you take a closer look, you will agree with me that this is not looking very good because it's obviously blocking the little space I have here. So what I have done, or what I'll be doing today, is like I've said earlier, I have moved this frame from this position. So just imagine that. So imagine that this black frame is what is here. You can see how much of a blockage that frame used to be for the piano. So, but now I've been able to shift that man from that position backwards. And the reason why you can't see the effect of that is because I am yet to adjust the top. So to help us adjust the top, that is why I have gone back to put the setup back to what it used to look like, so we can take a reference. And if I get this man out of the way, the space, the leftover space between the table base, the table leg, and that space on the wall is what I'll be using as my reference. So let's take a measurement from that place. So if everything looks all right, it means I have about 11 inches of space. The reason why I'm not taking my measurements from here, oh no, I think I should be taking my measurements from here to the wall. But obviously, this skirting will be an hindrance. So let's think of what we can do. Okay. Okay, I think I might have to just find another means. Right. For now, I'll get this out of my way. So now, I've just removed those two bolts holding the top of this table. So I'll try as much as possible and as carefully, I'll just be careful in short. I'll move this table back and see if I can adjust it to match the new space. And if it does, I'll just take my measurements blindly from there. There are going to be a lot of problems here. But don't worry, we'll make it work. Okay. The first obvious problem is that if you take a closer look at this shape, at the shape of the head, this shape is making it difficult to take my perfect measurements, because I can only imagine if this place is full, but now it's just an half plate, so I have to find a way around this. Oh, I think you get the idea. So the idea is to shift the base and the top of the base. I mean, this has been shifted, so we need to do the same on this as well. So yes, let's see how far we can go. I'll be right back. At this junction, I'll have to find a means to do this. I can't remember if... Okay, I know what to do. Earlier, I was taught on how to go about this. But then, I'm trying to remember if this leg used to touch the skirting. So if that used to be the case, what I think I can do... let's crash the top. So what I think I can do is to measure the top of this, which is 60 centimeters. Compare it with this, which is a little bit less than 60. I have 52 centimeter here. And if this is 58 centimeters, then it means I have nothing to be worried about. So the next thing I will do is what we were doing before, which is to place this top back on here and try every means to, find a way to put that back on it. So how to go about it, I'm not sure yet, but we'll definitely get it done. Alright, the first thing I will do, I've just removed the hanger holding the top of the table, and this is it. So normally it should be like this. If I'm not mistaken, it should be that way. But I think this time around I will turn it this way, and then these two holes should be here, but this time around I will move it one way out, just to use that side as my reference and see if I can just find a way around this. I mean, if it works, I can use it this way. I have nothing to be worried about. So luckily for me, with that thing flipped around, being flipped around, the top of the table and the base of the table are now in the same position. So I think all I have to do is just to find a way to make this hole, to make the second hole, just to support the top of the table. So yeah, this should work. So now that it looks like we have found a way around what we'll be doing, if you take a closer look at this, if you can see what I'm saying here, you see that these two holes is almost, or the hole is almost at the edge of this. So I'll just put a tape on here. I'll put a tape here and find the means to transfer this hole to this side. So this will now serve as the new head for the table. But then there is another problem. The problem is that I might have to shift
that expression of
where this thing used to look. Let me show you what I mean. You see, this is the back of the table. If you can see what I'm saying, if you can see what I am saying here, you see that all the holes for this is pre-made already. So that will be my new problem. So let me think of a way to solve that, and then I will show you what I have found. And that's me trying to figure out what to do. Like each way forward gives you another problem entirely. So I'm trying my best to think of a way around this. And to be candid, this is a little bit difficult than I thought it would be. If I move this to the edge, no, I won't move this to the edge. This will remain like this. Oh, come on, this is difficult. I think what I'll be doing is this. In order to make this make sense, I'll figure out what to do. And once I figured it out, once I found a way around it, I'll get back at you guys. Alright, so I'll see you in a jiffy.